So in the last session, we have discussed about the keywords. This keyword we have covered this super method, as well as we went through the like usage of those, and along with that we have completed try catch exception handling. We have completed exception handling. It is itself a very huge syllabus. So the major thing we have covered over the year. So at least 10 session required on that to complete this exception handling. So basic idea we got over there, and some keywords we have seen over there: try, catch, as well as approach keyword we have seen. We have learned over there like what is the use of the try, catch, and approach. There are different types of syntax structures are available, and as well as we are having one other keywords also. Finally, is a try, catch, and finally we are using finally in the sense. Suppose if that exception is occurring in the try block, in that case, respective catch block will get executed and the rest of the code will not get executed. In the so so even will in our program, even that exception will occur or not, that finally block is responsible to get executed. Whatever the code will write inside that finally block, that will get executed. So you can Google it, you will get more clarity how to use it with try, catch, and finally. Now moving further, so talking about a static keyword that is that is remaining. So a static keyword, the main use of that static keyword is like the variables which we are declaring uh, inside our what class. So that class variable is known as what? Instance variable or not? Form dot
Yes,
day
sir.
8 dot what collection. So that class variable is nothing but what called as instance variable. So let me give you the practical. We go in a speed, just be focused over here. CD name. That's it. And constructor, leave it constructor void display info. That's it over here. Printing one value, that is what student ID, std ID, then student name, std name. That's it. Now in this I'm making one main method. This main method which I'm making over here. Inside this I'm creating one class student s1 equal to new what student. Correct. I made one class over here. Sorry, object over here. And using this object, I'm able to call display method. Correct. Using this, before displaying, using this, I'm able to set the value std equal to 1001 and s1 dot std name equal to some. That's it. I'm calling this a display method. Now we can see over here we are getting output. Getting in the similar way we can make another object student 2 s2, and it is having roll number 1002, and the name is what. I'm executing this, and just you are able to see what two object we are having. and both are having same properties. What is those properties? Student ID, student name. Means what? This instance variable is whenever we'll create object of this class at the same time, all these properties will that object will have all these properties, and all these properties of every object will have this common properties, and this is not common. It is individual for which each object. Means what? Over here I have created one s1 object. Over here s2 object. Means what? S2 s1 is having std id, std name, and void display method. S2 is also having what? Std id, std name, and void display method. But over here we are giving different values. Means what? Values are different or not? How many number of times you will create object? In every object there will be this field available. Int stdid, std name, and void display method. In every object all these properties will be available, but we are assigning different values. In every object, if I am declaring, suppose I want to know, I want to declare one another variable over here. That variable name is what? A string std email, a student email. I want to declare, but I have not declared over here. So is that field will be available in this object? No, until and unless we'll declare over here, that will not be available in the object. Correct? Now talking over here. So this is available in every object whenever we'll create the object. So it is object specific or not? Yes. Now our task is what we are talking about, which static variable. So I am defining over here one another variable. That name of that variable is what? A string or int count. Int obj count. That's it. So is this is what one variable, and this variable is what? S This variable is what? Which type? Static. Static type means what? Always remember, a static variable is basically related with the class. Means what? The availability or scope of this variable is like throughout the entire class. Means what? It is not the part of the object. We can access this one using that object, as well as we can access it without using object also. Means what I mean to say, whenever we are creating object, I have created over here object s1, right? So using this s1, I'm able to access this one, stdid, std name. Getting my point? And void display. So why? Because this property and this property is available is S1. Now, now talking about this one, static int object count. So this is what? This is available throughout the class. Means whether you will create S1, S2, S3, S4, S5 object, all those objects, this one static is not part of that object. Means what? Every object, it is out of that object, and every object can share this variable. Every object can share this variable. So suppose in this, who is using this one? Who is that guy? Deepak. So who is Dinesh? Dinesh, are you accessing? Hello, Dinesh, I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
No, I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking from. I'm not asking from Abhishek. Dinesh, can you unmute yourself? Dinesh, can you unmute yourself? Dinesh, are you there in the group meeting? Dinesh, can you unmute yourself? You are not the host, but how you are able to control my screen? You are writing over here. So this is what a static keyword. We are using this static keyword with our variable, and this variable is basically related with the class, not related with the object. Means what? Every object can access this a static variable, and this is so. In which case we require this static variable. Suppose, uh, like if we want to have that variable which can be shared by every object. In that case, we are using this static variable. And where we can use this static keyword, this static keyword we can use with this method as well as variables also. Means what? Uh, uh, if we'll make this object as a if we'll make this variable as a static variable, in this case, we no need to create object of the class to access this variable. Till yet, we know that what if we want to access the properties of the class, definitely we required to create an object of that class. Then only we are able to access the class properties. Correct? And over here, I have done so, right? Using this object only, I'm able to set the values or access the values, the properties of that class. Correct? But can we access this std or std name without using this object? Without using this object, can we access this std name? No, it is not possible. Correct. But over here, if I have declared the variable with the name with the like keyword static. In this case, I can access this one without creating the object also. And it is if we create the object, every object can access this. Using that object, we can access this one. So it is basically available. A scope of this static variable is available throughout this class. And how can we access this one? We can access this either by using object or either by using class name directly. So over here, I am showing you, see, class name. We are having what? We are having class name as a student. So a student dot. Just you see, obj count. It is showing over here or not? See, it is available now. But other variable is available. No, other variable is not available over here. So see, obj count equal to obj count equal to obj count equal to what? A student dot obj count. Means from here we can we are you able to see using this class only, I'm able to access this static variable. Why? Because the scope of this variable means this variable is available throughout the class, and using this class we can access it directly. Let me check using this object we can use it or not. OBJ count using that, or using this object also we can access, as well as using this class also we can access, but using this class only we can't access non-static variable. Is it clear to all of you? I hope it is clear, correct? So if we'll make variable, if we'll make method as a static void display inside this, inside static method, always remember only static variables we can access, that's it. Non-static variable we can't access inside this static method. And so over here we are able to see we are getting error, right? Error this one, and over here error also. What is that error? Cannot make a static reference to a non-static field. Why it is giving this much error? Because this is what a static field or block, and these are what std id and std name. Is this static? No, these are not static. These are what, these are not static. This is what instance variable normal will, correct? So that's the reason we are getting error over here. So let me comment it, and some dot out dot println object count equal to what, class name, right? Or over here we can directly use it. Why? Because this is the class, and in this same class, since a static variable is available throughout the class, so inside this class anywhere we can use it directly without without using the class name. But outside of this class, we can access it in any class using which static, using that class name only. So over here, this is another class, right? This is another class. In this class, I have used only class name, and then what object we are accessing on. So this one I can print over here. Let me print it to student dot object. So static count is 0 over here. And let me make object plus 2. So out of the class, using this class name, we are able to access it. And if we will make method as a static method, in that case, we can access this method directly with the help of class name. So welcome, I'm printing welcome, and this is a static method now, right? So I'm taking over here name, student dot display info is available or not, display count is available, display info is available. Why? Because these are what, static. So I'm accessing this one, able to access it directly using the class name. Just see, welcome print got executed or not. This is, this method got executed or not? Yes, and that's the reason we got the output Welcome. Welcome. I have printed where in which block? Over here I have printed this welcome. Correct. So this is what static variable and static what static method. We are having a static block also, a static block also. Inside this, we can Java program. I'm not, let me remove it. Just you see, let me execute this. Why? Because we'll have to create the object. No? So, student is one new student. See, did I call this one a static block? No, but it got executed while creating the object of this class. Why I have created object, why I need to create the object to get this output? Reason was what? We are in another class. As as we went to create the object of this student class, accordingly, while creating the static block got executed. Means means we no need any class name to call this static method, as well as we no need any object to call this method, static method. Suppose this static method I'm picking and putting over here, and just let me let me remove it out and let me execute it. This got executed or not without calling this method. Why? Because main method is over here. So meaning is what I'm trying to explain you all guys about the static keyword. So static keyword, if we'll use with the variable, that variable is a scope is available throughout the class, and how we can access it using the class name only, as well as we can access it using the object also. And it is not the part of the object, it is common, means it is class level variable, and shared by all individual object. So it is shared by all individual object. In the similar way, we are having a static method, and how we can call this static method using the class name as well as using the object of that class. Now we are having what? A static block. So a static block means uh, this block will get executed as long as the class will get initiated. Means whenever you will start executing this class, the static block will get executed directly, will get executed. And to execute this one, we no need either class name, we no need to use either class name, and also we no need to use object of the class. Are you getting my point? This is most important. So this is a static, this is a static block, this is a static method, and this is what? Static variable. And how we are making all this? Using the static keyword. Static variable. This is what? Static method. And this is what? Static block. Yes. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now moving further, talking about. So so in this way, OOPS concept we have completed, and also we have completed the used keyword, most important used keyword in the OOPS. Now we are talking about before moving to the collection interfaces, sorry, collection framework. Collection interface is also there inside that collection framework. Before talking about the collection framework, first let us go with that wrapper classes concept, because collection framework is nothing but what that collection framework. Inside that collection framework will learn about the collection of objects, and we are not going to talk there about the primitive data type like int, byte, int, short, char, long, double, float. We are not going to talk about this one, because this is what primitive type, and this is not either object or class. This int is primitive only. Primitive, it is a data type. Correct. It is neither object, neither class, neither object or nor class. Getting my point. But in collection framework, we are going to work on collection of object only. So if, so before talking about the collection framework, we will learn about the concept of wrapper classes. What is wrapper classes? We'll go through with that, and then we'll move with the collection framework, because it is much important. In the collection framework, we'll have to learn we'll have to go through with this one only. So this is much important. Now, let me tell you about this wrapper classes. As the name suggesting, as the name explaining over here, like wrapper and then what classes means what? These are classes only, and it is called as wrapper classes. Why we are calling it as a wrapper classes? Meaning what? The Java wrapper classes, but wrap. Wrap means what? You know, right? Folding or wrap means what? To fold. Fold, you know, right? To wrap the primitive data type. What is primitive data type? We have learned it in the very beginning, right? In the case of learning what tokens, we have learned about the data type, right? What are data type? We are having two data types. One is what? Primitive data type, and second one is what? Non-primitive data type. In primitive data type, we have learned two types. One is what? Numeric, and one is what? Non-numeric. In case of numeric data type, let me open that one. You guys already know, right, this one. So let me open this. So in primitive, we are having two types. One is what? One we are having over here. One is one is numeric, and one is what? Non-numeric. In case of numeric, we are having how many types? We are having byte, we are having short, we are having int, we are having long, we are having double. Correct? And in case of what? Non-numeric, we are having Boolean and what? Char type. We are having what? Boolean and char type. So let me show you it once again. It is much important to go through with this. So let me wait. So in this token only we have learned about the data type, right? Where is it? Let I hope it is available at your end. I have shared already. So in this case, just you are able to see data type we are having majorly two types. What one is what? Primitive, and one is what? Another is what? Non-primitive. At that time I have spoken to you. Primitive what means what? It is system defined, already available in the system, where the type as well as size is what? Fixed. While talking about non-primitive, type and size, it is basically dependent on the user, because it is user created or user generated. Now, so in primitive we are having two types. What? First one is what? Numeric. Second one is what? Non-numeric. Numeric means what? Numeric, numbers will have to give number in either integer, float, double. This kind of values are what? Numeric only, right? So we are having in primitive data type, we are having two type. One is what numeric, second one is what non-numeric. In numeric, we are having how many types? Six. What we are having integral, we are having floating. In numericals, we are having two types, integral and floating. The data type which deals with the floating point values are falling under what? Floating point data type. And the values which are falling under only integral. Integral part you guys know, right? Because you have learnt about the wait, I think like so. So we'll face the internet issue. Wait, internet. Guys, am I audible? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Audible,
Actually,
sir.
thank you. Actually, light gone, so I have disconnected I had disconnected through Wi-Fi. So let me so you are able to see that light gone. So let me talk about this one. So we are having two types. Inside this numeric also we are having two types. One is what integral and floating point. In case of integral, we are having byte, short, int, long. In case of floating, we are having two types, double and float. Double and float. And in case of non-numeric, we are having two types, character and boolean only. So these are nothing but what? Primitive, right? And we are having how many primitive data types? Total eight. Total eight primitive data types. And these are only primitive. Why we are calling it as a primitive? Because it is neither object or nor class. But you know, guys, we are learning Java, and in the very beginning, in the very starting, we have already read the statement that Java is what? An object-oriented programming language. Repeating. Java is what? An object-oriented programming language means what? We are we are writing entire code in inside the class only, and we are accessing those using that object only. Means what? Majorly we are working with the class and object, right? So in that scenario, this is primitive. In this is neither class nor object, but in Java it is object oriented. So due to this only, we are having their corresponding wrapper classes available. Corresponding classes available. And you know, class is what? Collection of Class is a block of code which consists what? Data members and member functions, methods, right? So it is having corresponding classes. Means what are those corresponding classes? For int, we are having integer class. For byte, we are having byte class. For short, we are having short. For long, we are having long class. For double, we are having double. For float, float. For cat, so you are able to see over here it is written character, na? So, but character is not a data type. We are having data type only char. Since I have copied this figure from the internet, so that's why it is showing over here. But character is not a data type. Char, char only. That is what data type. So corresponding to that, we are having character what? Wrapper classes. We are calling wrapper. Why? You will get to know. But character for char data type, corresponding character class is available in Java. For Boolean, we are having corresponding class that is called as what? Boolean Boolean class. Are you getting my point? Let me stop it. Let me close that one. And now just you focus over here. So corresponding classes we are having. What are those corresponding classes? For see, you are able to see over here. For Boolean, we are having one class. For char is a data type. We are having character class. See, it is class because first character is capital. First character is capital in E. Byte class, short class, integer class, long class, float class, double class. But these are primitive is what? Keyword only. And we know keyword, every keyword will
First
be
letter,
in
uppercase
every
letter and full name.
guys. If you all are attending this meeting, if you are feeling that what I'm explaining is not like it is useless for you all guys, then you can raise your hand, you can unmute yourself, you can raise your hand, you can tell me that what I'm explaining it is not good for you, or whether I'm explaining it is good, my explanation is good or not, whether I'm explaining wrong thing, then you can tell me that. If everything is good, everything is fine, if it is knowledgeable for you all guys, then you all should be focused what I'm explaining. Why I'm telling this one? Because someone has unmuted yourself, and I got what Simhadri is there, right? I got noise from that side. Means what she is not listening. So if you are in the meet, please make sure that your focus is over here. It is more important concept. Now, so this is what keyword, because we know every keyword is written in a small using that a small alphabet only. If any alphabet over here you will make it capital, then it is no more but and it is no more primitive. So remember why? Because these are the keywords. So these are primitive data types, and this is what corresponding classes. Just you leave this wrapper class. This is what corresponding classes. Correct? Now, what is the meaning of wrapper classes? Wrapper the classes in see Java wrapper classes wrap the primitive data type, that is why it is known as what wrapper classes. Whatever the primitive data type we are having, that primitive data type this wrapper classes will wrap. A wrap means putting the put cover, right? So we can also create a class which wrap a primitive data type, that is also called as what custom wrapper class. Will not go with this custom wrapper classes. So now talking about how we are wrapping primitive data type into class form. So we'll see that one, and that is also called as what boxing, auto boxing, and unboxing. So what is? Let me tell you the definition of this wrapper class. The wrapper class in Java provides the mechanism to convert primitive primitive data type into object and object into primitive, vice versa. Wrapper classes, the wrapper class in Java provides the mechanism to convert primitive type, primitive data type into object form, and from object into primitive. When we will uh, convert primitive data type into object form, then it is called as what? Then it is called as let me auto boxing. Then it is called as what? Auto boxing. And when will when will convert from object into primitive, then it is called as what? Unboxing. Means what? We are having primitive data type, correct? That is not in the object or class format. But now we are making it as a what? Object or class. Means what? We are wrapping it. So that's the reason it is called as what? Auto boxing. Means we are auto boxing it is called. And when from object we are converting it into the primitive, then it is called as what? Unboxing. Are you getting my point? So these are the wrapper classes, and you got definition over here. Wrapper classes in Java provides the mechanism to convert primitive to object type and object to primitive type. So it is also called as what? Auto boxing and unboxing. Correct? Now talking about this usage of wrapper classes, why we need to learn this one? What is the main usage of this wrapper classes? Java is an object-oriented. We know we need to deal with object many times, right? Like in the collection, serialization, synchronization, In this, we need to work on that object only. And second usage is what? Change the value in method. In method, like we need to sometimes change primitive to into object format and from object to primitive format. How we can do that? Using that wrapper classes only. Why? Because wrapper classes is having that method. Using that method, we can make it either as a object or we can make it either as a but from object to primitive. We'll show you it practically. In serialization also we can use it. In synchronization also we can use it. And yeah, and in collection mostly we'll see that usage of this wrapper classes concept over there. So I hope you got the meaning of, you got you got to know about this one wrapper classes. You got to know about the auto boxing. You got to know about unboxing. Auto boxing means what? From primitive type, we are converting it into the object format. Means what? We are boxing it. And unboxing means what? Box is there. Object means what? Box only, right? Inside that object, our data is available, right? So from that object, we are keeping out the data. That is called as what? Unboxing. Auto boxing, unboxing. And how we are doing this one? Auto boxing and unboxing using that wrapper classes. And what are those wrapper classes? For corresponding primitive type. This is wrapper. This is wrapper class. This is wrapper class. Getting my point? And wrapper classes is having their individual methods available. Using that method only, we are converting this primitive into object, and from object we are converting into what? Primitive. That's it. That is wrapper class only. That's it. Got it. Clear. So let me show you this practically. So wrapper classes will show you practically very quickly. Will show you. Most important, that's why I'm explaining, because sorry, usage of wrapper class. Inside this wrapper classes, let me show you. See, I'm having int x and x equal to 20. I gave it 20 value. Now I'm trying to print it. So before that, let me do one thing. Main method, right? Inside this main method, int x equal to 20. Now I'm printing it. The value of x. And this value we are able to see. Let me save it. Let me execute this one now. Just you see the value of x equal to 20. And on this 20, can we do increment? Let me check it. Will it take accept or not? Accepted. Yes, accepted. And now, why? Because it is primitive type, right? Now let me do it. What? Let me convert it into the object format. How we are going to convert it? Because we have learned right now concept of wrapper classes. So for every primitive type, we are having corresponding wrapper classes or not? Yes. And using that wrapper classes, class means what? Collection of methods and data members. So method are responsible to make it conversion. So let me, it is having that method. Let me do that. Integer obj1 equal to x dot, like, let me go with this. Let me come over here. Integer dot value of. So integer is a wrapper class, right? Now this dot is what? Instance operator. Means what? It will use dot operator. Whatever the field like data members and member functions are available in that class, that will show here or not. Yes. So all these are methods only. So integer dot value of, and I'm assigning over here what x. Now it is in object format. Now I'm printing over here the value of X object. Where is that? This one, obj1. Now let me save it and print it. Guys, tell me, this one is the primitive type, right? Correct. But am I printing over here value of X? No, I'm printing over here obj1. So is this obj is primitive type? No, it is an object. Why it is an object? Because uh, I use this over here integer wrapper classes, then I made it one object obj1, and I have converted it into the what object form. So now it is in object. Let me now X equal to, I'm trying to do obj1 plus 20. Can I do that? Okay, it is accepting, but internal typecasting is going on. Internal typecasting is going on. By internal typecasting, in implicit typecasting, you know, right? Explicit typecasting and implicit typecasting I have declared now earlier. Means what? Compiler is responsible to convert it internally. So over here also, let me do one thing. This is what obj1, right? So integer dot value of X. So instead of writing this integer dot value of X, if let me comment it out, and let me do integer obj1 equal to X. Also it is accepted over here or not? Yes. The same thing over here explicitly I'm writing, but internally over here compiler is responsible to make conversion internally. So typecasting is happening over here, and we are able to print this one. Um, mm, so this is what it is, an object format, and it is what primitive form, primitive data type. Correct? I hope you got the meaning over here. Primitive type and object type. So this is in object format, and over here this is this one is called as what? Auto boxing. Means what? You can go through, internet is available. You can look go through with this to get more details. So auto boxing. This is what? Auto boxing. Now it is in object format over here. Now int y equal to obj1. I'm converting it into primitive type, and let me print it out. So that's how we can do what? In primitive form. What? Y. So this is in primitive form. But 21, this is what? Unbox. When you will start using this concept in the program, the things will come into your mind. So this is what unboxing, and this is what auto boxing. Why auto boxing? From primitive, I'm converting it into the object form. This way only. And over here it is unboxing, means what? This is in obj1 is what? In object form. And this object form, I am converting it into the primitive type explicitly. So this is what? Unboxing. Now moving further. So this way we can do it, and for each and every wrapper class, every primitive we can do it. For every primitive, this one, right? Boolean it is having, character having, byte having, short having. Similar way, you can do it at your. So this is all about what? Wrapper classes. Now give me 2 minutes of break. We'll go through with this collection framework. So, guys, I'm audible. Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Audible, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. So, uh, like we in the very beginning, we have learned about the variable, correct? And the usage of variable, we have also learned what is the main use of that variable. Variable is, let me first go with that variable, then we'll talk about the usage of that variable. The variable is what? A container or type of container. Variable is the name given to a memory location. Why I am telling this variable is the name given to a memory location? Because to hold value we required a space or not, a storage we required or not. If will not have enough memory in our phone, can we hold any other picture? Can't hold. Why? Because to hold the picture or data, memory or space required. That's the reason we are talking about variable is the name given to a memory location. So why? Because at, at that memory location will hold our data. Now, another definition is what? Variable is a a type of container, and we know container. What is the meaning of this container? What is the meaning of this container? Container, and for what? What is the responsibility of this container? Container can container container are responsible to hold the values. Like while we are going to the market to purchase some product, we are carrying that bag with us or not, either plastic bag or any bag. Why? Because when we'll purchase the product from the market, we'll keep that product inside that carry bag, such that while carrying that carry bag, we can uh, we can carry that product from that market to up to our room, right? So that carry bag is nothing but what we have as a container. Container are responsible to hold the values or data. In the similar way, variable is what? Container. And we know that variable are responsible to hold the value, and type based on the type of the value we are, based on the different types of value, we are defining the types of the variable also, like integer, float, double. And it will make that variable as a character. That variable will hold only character data or not. It will make that integer variable, then that variable will hold data. But what type it will hold? It will hold integer type data only. So, so that is okay. And why we are holding the value inside that variable? The main reason being such that we can reuse that value in our program. We can perform operation on that value. That's the reason we are using that variable. Getting a point. But over there, we saw one drawback. What is that drawback? The main drawback at that variable is it this variable is responsible to hold one value at a time. If we'll try to give another value, it will it will leave or it will lose the previous value, and then it will hold the newest value. Practically, we saw that, right? To overcome this problem, what concept we have learned? We have learned about that array concept, right? And in that array, we found that within under a common name, we are able to hold multiple values. So problem got solved. What's the problem we were facing in the with variable, right? Now, under a common name, we are able to hold multiple values. But there is some restrictions or not? Yes. What are those restrictions? First of all, it is type specific. Means what? If we'll declare integer variable, only integer we can hold. We can declare a string, then we can hold type specific string values in that array. Correct. Now, also another drawback is what? In the array, size we must have to define first while creating that array, right? So at the very beginning, suppose you have created array of 10 size, only 10 values we are able to hold inside. If you are going to hold 11th value, what will get the output? What will get the exception? Array index out of bound exception will get. If we'll try to access value beyond the range also, we will get array index out of bound exception. Means what type we have predefined during the declaration. Correct. We have we have defined the size of that array as well as type also we have defined. So it is, if we'll in that integral array, can we hold a string data? Not possible. So this is the drawback of which one, and also we can't increase the size once we'll declare that array, right? So these are the drawbacks of that array also. To overcome these drawback, a new concept, a new concept we are learning. That concept name is what? Collection framework. So collection is a framework, and why we are calling it as a framework, we'll discuss on that. First, so let me tell you in this collection framework what we are going to do. In this collection is nothing but what it is providing us the facility to store different kinds of values under a common name only, because in array we saw that it is type specific. Integer array means what? Integer value only we can hold, other value will get the error, right? But in collection it is giving us the facility to hold different type of the value. So one solution we got. Second solution, second problem was what? That array is what? Size is size specific. Means what whatever the size we have declared during the creation or declaration, beyond that we can't increase the size. But collection is giving us the facility to hold the values beyond the size. Means what? There is no any size limit. Size limit only will have if your memory is full in your system, then only will have that size limit. Are you getting my point? So collection has given us solution from the array problem. Different type we can hold, different beyond it, there is no size limit. Getting my point? And the name it is suggesting over here, collection, means what? It is a collection of, it is a collection of object only. It is a collection of object. Why we learned wrapper classes, you will get to know over here. So collection is what? Collection of object, collection of values of different type, but in object format only. Practically I will show you. Getting my point? So collection, so okay, the difference you can look at over here also. Arrays fixed inside, collections are what? Global in nature. With respect to memory, arrays are not recommended because it is size specific. With respect to memory, collection are recommended. Now, with respect to performance, arrays are recommended. With respect to performance, collection are not recommended. Arrays can hold only same type, homogeneous, same type data, but collection can hold same as well as different also, same also as well as different also. Arrays are not implemented based on any data structure. Arrays are not implemented based on any data structure. Data structure we are talking about either a stack, queue, linked list, tree, graph, like that. But over here, the collection class is implemented based on some standard what data structure. So ready-made method support is available. Arrays can hold primitive type and reference type. Collection can hold only reference type, means object only. Can it hold this? Okay, we'll go with that. So there are no predefined classes in Java APIs which represent arrays, while as collections is what? A class. Collection is a class, and we know class is a collection of methods and data members. So definitely this collection will have multiple methods, while array is what? Array is what? User defined data type, means user are responsible to define, and since it is not a class, so that's the reason it is not having the specified methods and what? Specified methods and data members. So array, I'm talking about this array. We are in our Java, I'm talking about this array equal to new int 7 or 4. That's it. So I'm talking about this array, user defined, because I have defined over here. But in Java, we are having array classes also. Array dot. It is having as list, binary search, this, that, all these things. So this is array is a class available in Java to get the shortcut. But this is what? User defined array, and this is a new int 7. So this is primitive, means what? It is not having any method. It is not having any method. One method we can have array dot length. Length clone equals from here it is coming. So using this length we can get the length of this array. But it is so this so this is what? User defined. This is primitive. User defined data type, not primitive, sorry. And this is what? Collection. So collections is a class, and we are using this one to hold different data types values, and it is global in nature. So what was the problem we had? We got the solution using this collection framework. Now talking about this collection framework. So why we are calling it as a collection framework? We are calling it as a collection as a framework because ready-made functions are available in the collection classes. So we no need to write the code to perform particular task. Only we can access that method to complete our task. Getting my point? We'll see this practically. So that's the reason that is called as framework. Framework means ready-made templates are available. We are going to only use that one in our program to perform our program execution. Means to perform uh, our task. Suppose in case of array, if we want to perform like if we want to sort the data, then we'll need to manually write we have to manually write what? Nested for loop will have to write it, and inside that nested for loop individually will have to check each value of arrays with another values, whether this value is greater than or not, whether is it less than or not. If greater than, how to sort it. We manually will have to write the logic. But in case of collection framework, we are having ready-made methods available. That method name is what? Methods available to sort the data. Only one statement it will sort. So maximum code is written inside that collection. Only we need to know about that, how to use and where to use. That's it. That is what collection. That's the reason it is called as what collection framework. So most of the things are available over there. Only we need to use that one in our program. We no need to write the 10 line, 20 line, or 100 line. No, only one statement use that, and then it will do the operation. That's the reason we are calling it as a what framework. Now coming on this collection hierarchy. So now we are able to see, guys, while learning OOPS concept, we have learned about the abstractions or not. During that learning abstractions, I have discussed about uh, one example I have discussed at that time, ATM machine, right? We are we went in the ATM machine. We only inserted our ATM card into the machine, and then we had multiple options: mini statement, balance check, or withdraw option was there, right? Once we have selected that one, they ask us to give the pin. When I have given, then after giving the pin, when we press on OK, corresponding corresponding operations happened over there or no. Suppose I choose withdraw, then they ask the enter the amount, then they ask enter the pin. When I given everything, and then I press OK, enter. Then after what happened? We got money or not? Yes, we got the cash over there, and accordingly, that changes got reflected into our bank actual account. It got reflected or not? ATM is somewhere else. There is no relation between it bank branch and this, but still, whatever the transaction we have done from any places, that transaction got reflected in our main bank branch or not? But but uh, are we focusing on that, or is that visible to all of us? No, internally what is happening we don't know. That is called as what abstraction means. What abstraction means was the thing which are hidden, right? So we have learned over here abstract classes, abstraction, how we are achieving that abstraction in two ways: using abstract classes as well as using interfaces also. So abstract classes and interfaces we have learned, right? So abstract classes as well as interfaces we have learned, right now. So while learning about the abstract classes, we learned that abstract classes can have 0% abstraction as well as 100% abstractions also. And abstract classes means what? We are using abstract keyword to declare that class, and abstract class can have 0% to 100% abstractions means what? Inside that abstract class, we can have abstract method or we can't have abstract method also. So we can have both abstract method as well as normal method also. So if normal method is there, so is that 100% abstraction? No. If every method we wrote over there abstract only, then we can say that abstract class is what 100% abstract. And while learning that abstract classes, we we clearly observe over there what that abstract classes, whatever the method we have declared, only declaration part is there or not in abstract class? Yes, using that abstract only, we are using that abstract void display. That's it. We When I try to give the body of that method, we got error, right? Parallelly, we have seen this one practically, right? Means abstract means what? There is no anybody. So if body is not available, then who is responsible to give that body? It is the responsibility of the child class, the class which will inherit that parent class. It is responsibility of child class to give that their body. Getting my point? And in the inherited class, we have given their body, right? And remember, abstract class means what? It is abstract. Means what? Something is hidden. So the things which are hidden, can we create the object of those? No. So remember, for abstract class, we can't create the object also. We can't create. And just guys tell me, if we can't create the object of that abstract class, then suppose if we are having instance variable in the abstract class, then how can we assign this one? Suppose over here, let me tell you. If I am using that PDF, don't worry on that, because we are having limited time and everything I am not remembered. So let me abstract program. So in this, I'm making one. Sorry, ABASTRS abstract what? Imply EMP and abstract what? Class, na? Class keyword will have to use. So in this abstract class, I'm declaring what? Int EMP ID, string EMP name. Right. Now over here, I'm giving one method. If we'll give over here display EMP. So display EMP. Now see guys, this is an abstract class, but is there any abstraction inside? No. Even it is abstract class, but abstraction is how much? 0%. Getting my point? Now inside this, I'm making it abstract, and we know abstract method means what? Implementation part. We must, we no need to give it. Now see, it is abstract, but let guys tell me, this is abstract class, but it is 100% abstract? No. Why? Because apart from this abstract we are having, we can have another method also. Void sum. Now tell me, is this class is 100% abstract? No. But if we'll remove this, now tell me, is it 100% abstract or not? Yes, because there is no any body available, only declaration. So it is 100%. So remember, abstract classes, if somebody is asking, is abstract class 100% abstract? You can say that abstract class can have 100%, can have 0% abstraction, can have in between 0 to 100% abstraction. If they will ask you, show me the give me some example, you can give the example like this. This is 100% abstraction, and this is what? Between 0 to 100% abstraction is there, but between 100 to 0%. And now if I'm, this is so this is what? This is what? This is 100% abstraction. Correct? Now what I'm talking by display EMP and this one, and let me abstract. Correct? Now guys, see over here, I'm defining one main method. Inside this main method, EMP equal to new EMP and new EMP, right? See, we are getting error over here. What is that error? See, cannot initiate the type. Which type? EMP. Why we can't initiate? Because this is the abstract class, and abstract class object we can't create. Why we can't create? Reason being, abstract is abstract only, means it is abstract, it is something is hidden. So the classes which are hidden or something is hidden, how can we create their object? So so problem is coming over here. Just another problem is also over here. If we can't create the object, then how can we, what will happen for this one? instance variable and their methods. How we can access that one? So even though suppose so so it is the responsibility of the child class. How it will become child class? When will extend extend what EMP. Now we are getting error now. It is the responsibility of the child class to give the body of an abstract method. So over here got this abstract display overridden, right? Yes. It is the responsibility of child class to give the body of the abstract method. Now in this way we can access the abstract method from the abstract class. But if we are able to access it and we know that directly we can't create the object of this, then how can we access this variable? This is the question. Because until and unless we'll create the object of this class, how this will get initialized into the object? If we can't create the object, how can we give the value to this variable? That is the major problem. But if problem is there, we are having the solution. What is the solution? We are having that solution. So abstract body we have given in the child class. This is child. Why it is child? Because so suppose Ramesh is the son of Mukesh. Means what? Mukesh properties will have into the Ramesh or not? Yes. Means what? Ramesh is the child of Mukesh or not? The similar way over here, EMP is parent class. Why parent and why it is child? Because abstract program is the child class. Reason being, abstract program is having the properties of the employee. But can we say EMP is the child of abstract? No. Mukesh is not the child of Ramesh. Why? Because Mukesh is not having the properties of Ramesh. Ramesh is having the properties of Mukesh. That's the reason Mukesh is parent, Ramesh is child. Over here, abstract program is child because it is having the properties of Ramesh. Which property? Which property? Now, so how we can like access or assign the value inside this? So to access this and assign this, we have learned the concept of which one? Super keyword to refer the either constructor of parent class or to refer which one? To refer method of that as that super class we are using which one? Abstract sorry, super keyword. And if we are able to refer the constructor of this super class, you know, the main usage of constructor is to initialize, and in that way we can initialize the value over here. And since we are doing inheritance by default, these are available here, and that's how without creating abstract class object, without creating object, we are able to initialize the value of the data member. Now moving further. So why I'm talking this about this abstract? Because this is what will have to use it inside this collection. Uh, there is some important topic we'll discuss over here. So we are getting it over here. And second way we are having what? Interface, right? Interface is nothing but what? 100% abstract. Remember, never say that interface is a class. No. If interface, somewhere you will get to hear that interface is a uh, interface is a 100% abstract class. Somewhere you will get it, but this is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because we are telling a class EMP as a class. Why we are telling it as a EMP as a class? Because I have used class keyword to create imply class. Getting my point? So this is class. But interface we are declaring using the interface keyword. Interface is. So is there we have used any class keyword? No. But then how we can say that interface is a 100% abstract class? We can't. So interface is 100% abstract, we can say that. And if interface is 100% abstract, inside that whatever the method will write, that is abstract only, we can't give the body. So you got the meaning of abstraction as well as interface. Now coming over here and talking about this collection hierarchy, collection framework hierarchy. So over here, iterable is an interface, collection is an interface. Remember, you will get much confusion while learning this collection, because somewhere you will heard that collection is a framework, collection is a class, collection is an interface. You will heard this statement many times. So it is more confusing. Focus over here. I have spent a lot of time to clear these things, but I am telling you in very quick way that inter iterable is an interface, collection is an interface, list is an interface, queue, set, dequeue, sorted set, map, and sorted map. These are what interfaces. As over here it is written interfaces, right? But in the blue color, these are what these are what classes. Now, one thing, tell me, guys. I have spent a lot of time, like 4 to 5 years from that. I'm working on the learning this Java. Still, I'm in learning mode. Okay, so that much time I have invested to get the more clarity and concept. That's the reason I'm able to speak over here non-stop. Right now, just see all these brown color, brown or any color. These are like these are brown color. Let me. So all these color with brown shaded, these are nothing but what interface, and we know what interface is 100% abstract. That is okay, but inside that interface, what we are declaring, we are declaring methods or not. Yes, we are declaring methods. But tell me, guys, if interface is 100% abstract, can we create object of that? Can we create object of that to access that one? No. If we can't create the object, how? So to access the properties of interface, we have, if we can't create the object, so in that case we can't access their properties. Yes. If we can't access the property, then why we should learn that one? Why? So we, if we can't create the object, that is okay, but we are having alternative way to access their properties. What is that alternative way? That alternative way is that we have to extend, or we have to inherit those interfaces into classes. Getting my point out? So after inheriting only, we are able to access the properties of either abstract class or interface, right? But without inheriting, there is no use of abstract class or interfaces. Getting my point? But they are having the method. So over here, iterable, collection, list, queue, all these are interface, means whatever the method available inside, is that of any use? No, that is of no use until and unless we'll inherit it into the class. So for that reason, it is having implemented class available for specific interfaces. What are those classes? It is having array list, linked list, vector, stack. For this list interface, and list interface is what? Sub interface or child interface of collection interface. Focus more over here. It is more confusing, more dynamic. So, and every interfaces is having different functionality. We'll go through this. I took more than more than 40 days or 50 days to 40 days, or I took more than more than 50 days to complete this complete collection framework, but I have to explain it very short. So see, this is what collection is an interface. And for this collection interface, we are having sub interface. What are those sub interface? List, set, and queue. Getting my point? And list is having, if list is an interface, so there must be implemented class or not? Yes. What are those implemented classes for list interface? Array list, linked list, vector, stack. So this is what implemented, for implemented class for list interface. Then we are having set interface. Set interface. So set interface is having three implemented class, what has set, linked has set, and tree set. You can see over here. Has set, linked has set, and tree set. We'll talk about this set and sorted set also. Now queue, we are having queue. Queue is an interface which are falling under what list in collection interface. Collection interface. It is a child of the collection interface. Now this queue is having two implemented class. What is the need of implemented class? I have already spoken, right? To access the properties of interfaces, we must have to, or to give the implementation of the interface method, we must have to inherit that one into the into the classes. So these are priority queue and array DQ. These are two implemented classes. So see over here. So this is the part of collection. The collection interface. What is the collection interface part? These are. But over here we are able to see map also. So map is also an interface. But map is not a part of collection interface. Map is a part of collection framework. Remember, map is a part of collection framework, but map interface is not a part of collection interface. So for collection interface, what are those parts? Collection is having three parts only: list, set, queue. Three only. Collection interface is having three parts, but collection framework is having collection interface as well as map interface. But map interface is not a part of collection interface. Remember that. So what are the part of collection interface? Queue we are having, set we are having, list we are having. So these are sub interface, and for each sub interface we are having their respective implemented classes, and using that classes only we are able to handle interfaces. We are able to use interfaces. That's it. I hope it is clear to all of you over here. Correct? Now, moving further and moving further and learning about all these classes, all these classes, all these. Now, and collection, just see over here, collection is an interface, collection is a framework, and collections, COLLECTIONS, is having a class. Collection is an interface, collection is a framework, collections is a class. Three terms coming over here. Remember those. So now talking about this list. So this list interface implemented class is what? Array list, linked list, vector, stack. Remember this, much important. Now inside this collection,
Sir,
yes, go ahead.
sir, under the list there are subclasses now, sir. Those are implemented classes or extended classes, sir?
These are implemented class. Means what? As I have spoken already, interface is what? Only declaration, and it is abstract. We can't create the
हेलो
object.
सर हेलो सर हेलो
Sir, yes, yes.
ये सर क्लास से 3 बजे से है क्या? हमको नहीं पता चला था, वो असल में हम कहीं गए हुए थे, काम था।
Ajhar,
Yes.
okay, you didn't got that, but can you let me know At what time I have shared the link into the group? Approx
यस सर, हम थोड़ा
10:30.
काम से गए हुए थे कहीं, इसलिए तो
Oh,
सर ये डेटाबेस मायस्क्यूएल कब पढ़ाइएगा?
see, till yet we are having a lot of things to learn. So database first collection is also it is a very time consuming, and we have whatever we have learned in very proper way. I hope that you already understand. You all are understanding this one, right? So database, if we'll have the time, then only we can discuss. But my intention over here, as I have been already told by the management team that these things you have to cover as well as time deadline. So they have given to me. So within this time deadline, I had tried my best to finish it out. So I have covered a lot of things which have been asked. And talking about this database, so if we'll have the time, definitely we'll go with that. But we are sorting over here with the time that from 15th and onwards, we are not going to conduct it until and unless we'll get the instructions or until and unless we'll get the information from the management team, right? So we are having 2 days, today and tomorrow. So I'm trying to cover it maximum. So today wrapper classes completed, exception handling completed, and oops concept completed. Now talking about collection. So collection today will complete it, and the remaining like file handling and JDBC. So if we'll have time, then we'll go with that because these are time consuming. And yeah, so this as you can see the heading of this meet Zoom meet, like this is the training which are giving for the pre-evaluation. So it is not actual means, but in deep we are not going to discuss this. So this is for you all guys, like such that you will have the time to practice yourself as well as you are getting trained on this also. So for further notification, you all have to wait, and tomorrow is our last training session. So
हेलो सर,
today will yes, go ahead.
कंटिन्यू आज
Thank you. If you
सर
notice that Ajhar, if
इतना
you have noticed, Ajhar, if you have noticed this one, so I have shared this one at what time? So timing you can see. Is it visible to all of you guys?
यस यस सर, आज थोड़ा हम
See,
कहीं गए हुए थे
10, 10:30 I have
यस
already said.
यस सर, हम कहीं ऑफिस कहीं काम से गए हुए थे सर।
Okay, no issue. So okay, so
सर
you can
मगर
mute.
डेटाबेस मायस्क्यूएल पढ़ा दीजिएगा सर, प्लीज
So
सर,
in
रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं।
तो ये मैं पढ़ा दूंगा, बट ये मैं अपना पर्सनल टाइम में पढ़ा सकता हूँ इसको, लेकिन अभी पर्सनल टाइम मीन्स व्हाट until unless we'll get this from the management, I can't carry it on. So you can connect me with me over the WhatsApp. I will be explaining you another way. And this training is going to be tomorrow is the last day of this training, and from 15th January and onwards, the evaluation process will get started by the team or management team. So yeah, whatever we have learned so far, just you do practice at your end and be prepared for the evaluation. If will have the time, if will get the information from the management team that you will have to take the classes on database also, then accordingly we'll take it. And for further notification, personally, you can contact me. I will be guiding. So now talking about this hierarchy of this collection framework. So collection is a framework. You got the meaning. What is the meaning of the framework? So ready-made methods and functions are available to perform the task in very quick and easy way within a single state, using that single statement only. Now talking about this collection, so it is a framework. Framework is a collection of interfaces and classes. Interfaces and classes. So these are interfaces and these are classes. And interface I have already talked many times and also today discussed. So going further, moving further and talking about this list interface. So list interface, and let me make one class list interface. Done. So let me delete it. And this is what list interface. Where is that? List interface, and I'm form dot collection form dot collection dot framework. Correct. So it no. So collection dot list. So list is an interface. In this interface only, I have created one class, and in this class we'll go with this array list. So main, and inside this I'm creating what list one equal to new array list. Yes. So in which package it is available? Java.util.list, and array list also will have to import it. Correct. Now this is what an object of this list interface, and implemented class is which one? Array. Now in this array list, as we know earlier, there is no any size limit as well as there is no any type specific. So list one dot add is a method, and I'm giving over here what 10. List one dot add, I'm giving over here Chandan Kumar. List one dot add, I'm giving over here what 12,500.550. So this is double, right? This is double. This is what a string. This is what integer, and list one dot add false. This is what boolean type. List one dot add what capital A. This is what, see, so different type data type I am able to hold it over here or not. So different data types, right? This is what integer, this is what string, this is what floating point means double, this is what boolean, this is what character type, right? And system.out.println list one. Just let me save it, let me run it, just see the output. See, so we got solution or not? What we are facing the problem while using that array? It is that same type only we can hold, but over here different types I have added. Or this add is a method available. Using this method only we are able to insert the data into the list or array. Getting my point? Now, so we got over here different data types, means it is not type specific. And second one is what? List one dot add. Is it size specific? No. I'm adding 20, and now just see 20 will get added also. Let me print it out. Are you able to see? 20 got added or not? Is this type specific? No. Is this size specific? No. Means what? There is no any size limit. In number of object you can add it. And always remember, whatever we are adding, all these are only in object form. All these are in object format only. At the time of accessing this data, and this is in object format, and while learning the control statement, while discussing about iterative statement, over there I have talked about the advanced for loop, right? So that advanced for loop we are using to work on object collection of objects. So using that advanced for loop, we can access all these properties. How we can do? For each. In this for each, the object type, object list. So means whatever the value it will give, that is only in object format only. So what object format or class type? So which I'm making over here list. Can I do that? Let me take it list list. Okay. So this is what class, this is object. In this object only, we are picking one by one data from this list. But see, we are picking the data one by one, 10, Chandan, 12,500, something like that. But whatever the data we are picking, that is what in the form of object only. So that object, to hold that object, we need object or not. So object type also required. So this is correct. So you can get the meaning over here also. Type mismatch cannot convert element type object to list. Okay, Nancy. And later on I will be telling you. So that's how we can access the value. So list. Correct. I'm printing it over here. See, 10 Chandan, this one, and this one, using this for each advanced for loop. Is this only method available in this list interface? No, there are many methods available. Based on our usage, we are going to use that, and we are going to use that method inside our program to perform our operation. Getting a point? So this way we can initialize. This way we can access object from this one by one, one by one, and so different types I have stored, as well as same type also I can hold it over here. Let me create another program. That program name is what? Array list 2. Array list 2. In this is the class name. Inside main method. Inside this main method, I am creating array list 1 equal to new array list. So this is the syntax. That's how we are declaring. And new keyword we are using to create the object. Are you getting it? So I have imported this one because it is defined in the system already. Now using this list 1 dot add 10. List 1 dot add 20. List 1 dot add 50. Now I'm using what? I'm using over here for each loop. Inside this for each loop, what I'm trying to do, I'm declaring one variable in result sum equal to 0. This is what local variable having type what? Primitive. what I'm doing, result sum result sum equal to result sum and plus what? Object. Now, actual wrapper class concept, you will get it over here. That's while learning that I have already spoken why we are going to learn about that wrapper class. Now you are able to see this object, this object. This object is having values. Which value? 10, 20, 50. But while adding this value, we are getting error. What is the error? Just read it out. Type mismatch. The operator plus is undefined for the argument type is in int object. Are you getting my point? If type what? Int. See, type is what? Int and object. So object and int we can't do the operation. That's the reason I have explained you this wrapper class. So over this object, we can't perform addition with the primitive. Then what is the solution? We are having solution of the wrapper classes because we know we can do auto boxing, we can do unboxing. So it is already in auto box. Auto boxing is what? It is in object form. Getting my point? Now, so we'll convert it into primitive. How we are going to do that? So integer dot value operate. Let me check it. No. What will that be? 1 minute. Integer dot value of integer. No, it is auto. It is auto boxing. Unboxing I am talking about. So a dot into value. Let me object dot is that into value not available. Into value not available. Then what is the solution for this? Solution is what? Will convert it externally. How will do that? In. So externally, I'm converting it into the primitive type. Is there any value? Dot plus dot value no dot no. So this way only we can so we so, so this is what this was in object format. Now I'm converting it into the primitive type such that primitive and primitive we can do arithmetic operation. Error gone, right? Now see this out. But resultant sum. Just see result sum. We got it. See result sum. 80 we got 10, 20, 30 plus 50. How much? 50. We got or not? So this is what array list. And since array list is an implementation class of list interface, so whatever the methods available in list, we can use in this array list also. So for that, let me go through with this. What are the methods available? So methods available, we can see over this is collections class, collection interface, and what are the methods available? Zooming it, so you can see add method is there, add all is there. We are having remove all, retain all, size, then contents, then we are having equals method, and we are having hash code. So all these methods we are having, and what is the description? See, add is used to insert an element in the collection. Add all is used to insert the specified collection element, 2 elements. Add all collection we are giving it over here. So this is collection interface, but we are talking about the list interface, right? So where is that list? And this is list interface. And list interface is the child of collection interface. So it is also having methods. What are those methods available? So array list is a class. Okay, fine. Properties. Underline this. Okay, this is property. And remember it, but heterogeneous elements allowed. Okay, null insertion is possible. Array list is the best choice of frequent operation. Find over list, and it preserves the order of instruction. Means in which order, where is that? In which order I have given 10, 20, 50 in the same order, it will hold into the so print it out list. Let me save it, execute it. In which order I have inserted 10, then 20, then 50. So means insertion order it has preserved. Are you getting it? So remember this one. And constructor, okay, fine, leave it. So what are the methods available? Array list, vector, leave it out. So methods add. If we'll use this, and this is the method add index object. In that index we can insert it. So add index. Let me do that. So it is at zeroth index, 1th index, 2nd index. If I want to add another object in that, how we can do this? Let me list one dot add. I'm trying to add the value, but index will have to specify over here which. So I'm giving at one index. I have to add which one? 20. 20 is already there. I'm giving 11. Now see before adding and after adding. So system.out.println list I have printed this list before adding and after adding. So till yet 11 is not there. Means what it will print 10, 20, 50. But now I'm adding 11 element. But at which position I'm adding at 1? Means what? This is 0, this is 1. Means what? After 10, it will insert 11. So let me save it, let me execute it and just see the output. Are you able to see? First one 10, 20, 50. But in the first position I am adding. This is 0th position and this is first. At first position it got inserted or not? See, 11 got inserted. So this way we can order means or we can do changes in the order it also. How? Using the predefined methods available. In the one statement only I have changes or not? To do this one, do like is it necessary to go through with the for loop to use the for loop to access each individual element then do the insertion? Only in one statement only I am able to insert at the specified. And internally it is done by this admin. Code is already written, predefined. That's the reason it is called. But framework code is there, only just you tag it. That's it. I hope you got the meaning right. And these are the method, list of methods. You can check this method: get, first, get, last, index of, add, size. If you will use the size of this size method, so system.out.println array size, array list size. I will get that size list one dot size. That's it. Tell me what is the size? 3 here and 1 here. How much is output? Size equal to 4 or not? How many object is available? That is the size only. So 4. So these are the methods available in array list and array list, right? So this is one implemented class for the list interface. Now second we are having what? Linked list. Array list and linked list. So array list is already available. Then what is the necessity to use this linked list? There will be definitely something extra. Then only we are going to use this link. So what is that? See, difference is written over here. Array list internally uses resizable array or dynamic array, right? Linked list internally using what? uses doubly linked list. So doubly linked list is a data structure, correct? Linked list is a data structure, and in that we are having type W linked list. Means what? It will have the pointer for the next node as well as previous node also. Pointer means what? That is giving one attachment. Suppose this is one box, this is second box, and this is third box. So it is W linked list means what? It is having the link with this as well as it is having the link with this. Means what? Using this only I can connect with this, I can connect with this one. Means connected with both. So manipulation, second one is manipulation with array list is slow because it internally uses array. If an element is removed from the array, all the bits are shifted into the memory. Manipulation with linked list is faster. Linked list class can act as a list and queue both because its implementation list and DQ interfaces. Linked list is the best choice if our frequent operation is insertion or deletion in middle. Array list is the best choice if frequent operation is retrieval. So, okay, these are the linked list only method available. So, array list we have done. Fine. Now this is linked list, and linked list is a class representing this type of extent from abstract sequential list class and implement from list, DQ, callable, and serializable interface. What are those properties? The underlying data structure is what? Remember, doubly linked list, duplicates are allowed, and insertion order is preserved. Duplicates are allowed, yes. In array list or linked list, duplicates are allowed. Means what? Means same same data we can hold multiple times. 10, 10, 10 can hold. Duplicacy is there, but it is following order. In which order we will insert, in the same order it will give the output or insert. We can externally change the order, that is another thing, but order it is following as well as what order it is following as well as sorry it is following order as well as duplicate data also it is holding. So this is about the array list as well as linked list. So both are following the insertion order, both can have the duplicate data. Take my point. And what is so how we are generating that? So this is the constructor for this array. So declaration C over here, linked list. You leave it about the E. I will be telling you this is the generic concept. So let me go with that array list, linked list. Inside this linked list, list L1 equal to new linked list. Why linked list? Because linked list is also an implementation for the implementation class for the list interface, right? We know that, right? And this is list L1 dot add. Why we are not able to do that? Because we are not in the method. So let me define this main method that is list dot add 10. List L1 dot add what 10 means for duplicate data we can hold. L1 dot add what 10, right? And similarly, how we can print it? Display system dot out dot print then linked list. Save it, execute it. Just see the output. Duplicate data holding, right? Insertion is preserved, right? 10, then 10, then Chandan. Getting it? So this is what linked list. This is the structure of syntax how we are generating. We can do like this also. What linked list L1 equal to new link, linked list. That's it. This is also valid. Save it, execute it. We got the output. Yes. So this is about linked list. So what are those implemented class? So array list, linked list. Now we are having vector. We are having that for this list interface only. Getting my point? So for vector, so this is vector is a class represent in Java which can extend inherit from abstract list class and implement from list random access colonel. Okay, fine. Property, just you read this property, the underlying data structure is resizable, array or growable. Okay. Duplicates are allowed, yes. Insertion order is preserved, yes. Heterogeneous elements are allowed, yes. Null insertion is possible, yes. Every method present in the vector is synchronized and hence vector object is created safe. The main difference between vector, this vector and array list is what? Array list is not synchronized. Synchronization you will learn in the multi-threading. So vector is what? Create safe. Remember, create safe means what? Inconsistency will not happen over here. Now, so vector is a class, implemented class for which one? List interface. They get him up. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, sir. Hello, sir.
So this is about vector. So array list, linked list, vector, as well as stack, all are having the same way. So this way list interface we have covered. Now going further, you can do this one. This changes you can do over here at your end, like what array list, linked list, and we have covered. So vector and stack you can check at your end. So this way you can do that over there. And
Hello,
now,
sir.
yes, I'm audible.
Tomorrow, sir, same time, na?
Yes, tomorrow at the same time. No, Ajay, what happened? What was the reason to change the timing? Because today I was very busy to look for the room I was because I'm staying in Noida, so I was looking for the room such that I was about to shift. For that reason, I took 2 days time. Correct. So in daytime I was very busy. So first of all, is getting stable is very important or not? Until unless I will be stable, how can I will take the session or classes, right? So, and this is the cold weather, cold timing. So that's the reason 2 days. But even though I had the issue, but I tried to continue with the training. That's the reason I have changed the timing. Six. That one only issue, but now no issue right now. So now just you see actually over here. So those are those are, let me discuss one important thing. So this is what array list, this is what linked list. These are implementation class of the list interface, and the value which we are inserting, that is in object format only. So how to access the data which are in the object format? First way is what? Advanced for loop. We are able to access. Second way is what? Iterator interface object. Using that iterator, yes, also we can what? We can access the data. How we are going to do? Iterator itr equal to, we'll have to give list one dot iterator. That's it. Iterator interface will have to import, right? Will import it. Done. Now simply while itr dot has next. In this, how we are going to print itr dot next. Two methods is there. So this has next will give the true value if element is available in this itr. It will only check whether has next will only check whether that element is available in this. But this next will give you the exact value, object value. It will only check has next, and next it will give you the value. Getting up. And this way we are printing the value. So let me comment it. Comment it, right? Save it. Execute it. We got the value, right? 10, 20, using this. Using over here, I have not printed, right? Over here. So this is what, using this iterator only, also we are able to access it. First way is what? For each advanced for loop. Second one is what? Using that iterator interface object. I will not go with the enumerator or list iterator. So list iterator is also there. We can use that list iterator to iterate on this. List iterator is having two ways. It will access next as well as previous also. So in the linked list over here, let me try it out. List iterator it equal to L1 dot list iterator, and using this list iterator, I am able to access the value. I am able to access this value in different while, but it dot has next, and just you see, if you are able to see, I'm using what? It dot next. So next as well as previous. See, previous index. Next we are having, and previous also we are having. Previous index, next index. So I'm accessing next only. So it will print in the, and the same thing I will be using this one. Has previous, and will use, is there any previous? So this is in the, means what? Forward direction as well as backward direction. This out, accessing in forward, and the same thing accessing in backward. Accessing in backward. Let me print it out. Save it, execute. So let me remove this. No, sorry. Let me remove this println. So forward and backward we will get over here. See, accessing in forward, but 10 Chandan. Getting my point. Now accessing in backward, first Chandan. This is backward means what? Chandan, then 10, then 10. Forward means what? 10 Chandan. So 10 Chandan over here we got. Now accessing in backward. What? Backward how? Now we are here. So Chandar, then 10, then 10. So list iterator, using this list iterator, we can iterate in both directions, forward as well as backward. But in case of iterator, we can only access it forward only, backward we can't do. So using this advanced for loop, using this iterator, using this list iterator, we can iterate onto the collection object. I hope it is clear to all of you. So for today, this much only, and we'll meet tomorrow. We'll try to finish this collection. If we'll finish the collection, then we'll go with the file handling, the JDBC. If you all are having any doubt, let me know. Any doubt, you can come. Any doubt, guys? Please speak.
Sir, evolution process is full stack Java or front end or back end, sir?
May I know your name?
My name is Nagalakshmi, sir.
Nagalakshmi, over here, I'm responsible to give the training, but in evaluation, what is the process of evaluation, what will happen, I'm unaware of that. So for this reason, I'm not in a position to give you the answer. Even though if I would have that information for the evaluation, that is very like a sensitive statement or like sensitive information means what related with the company or company, right? So that I'm not going to explain over here if I know in that case, but I don't have that information. Even though we'll have, without permission information, I can't go. So be ready. Why you are talking? Why you are thinking about the evaluation? If you are prepared well, then you should not let your evaluation be in any hard way. No. So be prepared, be ready, and attend the evaluation. That's it. And my wish, all the best. Any other?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you everyone for joining, and remember that hitting like to the post. If you will not do it is up to you, but my recommendation. Thank you all for joining. I'm stopping this. Uh, I'm stopping my screen share, and if no one is having any doubt, I'm closing this meet. Thank you for attending the training session. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Ajay.
Sir.